Rightio, after a very, very eventful night at the races last night, wrapped to be joined by Crystal Hackett. Firstly, welcome, Crystal.
Thank you for having me, Paul.
You become an internet sensation, basically, overnight with Buddy Guy. I suppose dislodging you is the best way of putting it. I will get the video footage up there. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, but pretty amazing scenes last night.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't a great feeling, but he's never seen a white horse before and spooked at the clerk of the course. And once he done that, he just took off, and it was more just a hang on for dear life moment and hope that he stopped, because I knew if I let go, the clerk of the course wasn't going to be able to get to him, because that's what he was taking fright of. But luckily, we were able to manage to stop, and everything ended well and happy.
That explains a lot, because I was watching it and I was thinking, where are they? But now you understand why, and you can see Danny and the boys doing a bit of running. They're not designed for running, them boys inside the track either. They wouldn't have been real happy with you.
No, Danny was complaining of pulling a few hamstrings before he even got to me. But it's the clerk of the courses here are great, but it was again good from Ron to realise the problem straight away and know not to chase me, because say he had chased me, it could have been a disaster.
It could have indeed, and the boys did an awesome job, and you can see just there getting you off the track. One, you're okay, and the horse is okay?
Yeah, we're both fine. We've got a few bruises and a few bumps to tell the story, but no, I'm all good. And Buddy Guy, he walked away from it unfazed and happy in his paddock this morning, running around, and no problems there.
Yeah, I've got to say, Trackside, I'm going to leave that on there Friday nights, and I will give them guys a wrap in a second, because they do an awesome job. It's actually great coverage, and we will touch on that again at some stage. But I will replay that while we're talking, because it is phenomenal. It's just one of those freakish things, isn't it? You've just got onto the inside wheel just at the wrong time with your weight, and you had no hope, did you?
I had my outside leg flicked up trying to hold me in, but at that point I knew I was too far gone. It was actually quite slow motion getting tipped out, but as soon as I hit the ground, everything went pretty quickly.
Did you consider letting go?
Not really. When I hit the gravel patch, I thought, shit, this is going to get worse. But no, I didn't really think of bailing, knowing obviously for safety reasons, if I'm not getting hurt, then just hang on. And I'm glad I didn't.
Oh, it's phenomenal. And that is actually the rugby pitch inside. I was listening to Greg O'Connor talk, and apparently that's all wired off, so you guys don't go in there and ruin it for the Waratahs, I believe.
They got the field taped off for the Blues, but luckily they won't be needing it anytime soon. Unfortunately, but luckily for them.
And we will touch on the horse. The ironic part about all this, Crystal, and I was a little bit shocked. Actually, I will say one thing. I think one of the great parts about you is that smile just there. That's posted. I mean, that's who you are. It's not because there's a camera there, like because you're fine and well, you're sort of laughing about it. I think that's just an awesome photo. Well, it's not a photo, it's just where I've stopped the video. But I think it's magic. So
yeah, they did catch me at a good time. One of the TAB, I'll give a shout out to Jace Patterson, actually, one of the TAB boys behind the scenes. He always gives me a bit of shit for not smiling enough. So, no, he sent me that video and I said, at least I was smiling.
Well, you were indeed. Now, the weird part about this, Crystal, it's not the first time it's happened to you. It's actually not the first time. It's not the first time this year. When I realised this was January 31, this is on Herb. This is a bit different because this is before the race. Do you question what the hell's going on sometimes?
I certainly got a fair few messages from people asking me, do I prefer the ground or actually staying in the cart? But no, I think it's just been, I've had a bit of an unlucky run, but at the same time, probably lucky that I was able to hang on to both of them on both those occasions. It's just racing, I guess.
The ironic part about that is Herb actually came out and won, so a lot of people are a bit confused. Buddy had won. He had won his race, and we'll talk about that. He's
already won his race.
Yeah, but this horse actually hadn't, and went on to win. So I think it is awesome. I know. All sorts of trouble. I just forgot her name, and she'll tell me right off for the minute. But that's Trackside, Australian. Comes from. She's trying to get you a laundry sponsor, which is something unusual.
Brittany Graham.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I sent her a photo of my whites this morning and she said, "Oh, I have no suggestions for you. Good luck." So that wasn't too helpful.
it wasn't indeed, but yeah, it is amazing. One of the things I wanted to point out, and I've got a couple of photos here, and I'm wondering, is it intuitive that you do this because of your upbringing? I mean, this is with Dad. I was out with Dad a couple of years ago, I reckon, about this time of year. Dad works along the beach. Is that one of the reasons that you do hang on to them? Is it intuitive?
Yeah, probably. I mean, at the beach, they'll just go for miles and miles if you let go. So, you probably, yeah. But it's also just racing, and driving the horses. You learn pretty quickly. I remember the first ever time I got tipped out, I had no choice. Well, I didn't even happen so quick. I didn't hang on and yeah, smash the card and everything like that. Luckily, it was only at home, and yeah, from that moment on, I've always just made sure I hang on if I can, and yeah, it's just what you're taught to do, and yeah, when you're able to. So yeah.
Have you had many falls?
Not a whole heap. I think I've had 4 or 5 now. Yeah, three race day ones, and yeah, a couple at home, but nothing serious. And I've always been very lucky. I've been able to just walk away from them. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think last night, and obviously, all a little bit of fun, but you are okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main thing. Both me and the horse are okay. So, no, it's we're able to walk away from it unscathed, and we're able to have a laugh about it afterwards. So it's good.
What did Zach say to you? Because I mean, Zach's sort of a chipper, chirpy sort of guy. But I will say the one thing that Zach did do, and I think it was awesome. You could see there was definitely concern. I'm just trying to find it on the video. It's right here. He was hanging around for you. He wasn't leaving you, but he knew probably the same as everyone else not to go near until you got it under control.
Yeah, 100%. Zach was great in that sense, and also great because those two horses are buddy, and they haven't left each other's side since they were weanlings. So it worked out quite good. Zach, yeah, just waiting for me in the track there, and he also knew that my guy was scared of the clerk of the course, so he was able to give the clerk a yell and just to stay away. And then Zach, when we were under control, he come over so I could just follow his one in. So that was quite good. And then yeah, we ungeared the horses and everything, and I had to go get cleared by the St. John's. And as I was walking back, I seen the film on the TV. I was watching it, just having a little laugh to myself. And Zach come over and actually shook my hand and said that was a pretty good effort, girl. So that was quite nice for someone like that to come say that to you. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's one of the great assets, if you like, to the industry, as you are as well. He can have a laugh. There's a definite serious side to him as well, and I'm sure there's probably a few things he's got lined up ready for you. There's probably no doubt about that.
Yeah, 100%. No, he's always quick with a comment, so it's nice to get a compliment.
Sorry, just got to kill the audio on that. I've just got the video up. Crystal, on your year, you've been having a great year. I've got Breckon Farms underneath there. You've been having a really good run with the team from Barry and Scotty. They've been supporting you so well as that. I looked at your stats. You're 3 wins off your tally from last year, like already, and only halfway through the year. You're having a great year, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. No, it's I can't thank everyone enough. I've had a lot of great support this year. Not only from Barry and Scott, Mum and Dad, but I've had a lot of outside trainers this year put me on, and that's been a big thing for me. Is getting that outside support, like week in, week out. Doing a lot of miles, obviously a lot of trips to Palmerston North. That's helped me. I drove 4 in one night down there recently, and a lot of trips to the trials to make those connections. But it's all proving to be worthwhile because I'm very fortunate to be getting the results on the track. And as you say, I'm only 3 away from my PB, which was last year, and I definitely didn't expect to be doing that, especially this early in the season. So, no, having a really good run, and driving a lot of nice horses for a lot of good owners too. Ken and Karen, they're big supporters of me. I drove a nice winner for them Metro final a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, no, I can't thank the people that support me enough.
I think that was Illicit Love.
Yeah, sure.
It's got an amazing record simply because chasing home a couple of very nice horses in higher power, and I forgot the other bloke's name, but yeah, 2 really nice horses. Meant to be, yeah. So that horse got a great little record there as well. How's the rivalry with Harrison Orange. Unfortunately, he pipped out to get a trip to Australia, so he gets to escape the winter in New Zealand for a little bit anyway. But it seems like it's great for the pair of you. You really seem to have stepped right up.
Yeah, it has, and I always speak about it quite often, and that at home, and that sort of thing. But it's been really good because we've both had a bit of competition, and we're both competitive people. So as much as we're competitive on the track, we're still mates at home and at the stables. So it's been really good, and I think it's actually definitely been a big help in my driving this year. I've had something to really strive for, and he was a long way ahead of me at one stage, and that's all I wanted to do was just get up close to him, and yeah, unfortunately, he got me. We got one over me on the final night, but yeah, it wasn't too bad because I headed to Fiji the next day for a week to forget about it, and now one night back racing, and I'm back even with him. So hopefully, I can get him by the end of the year. That's the next goal.
You're back racing. You're eating grass and you're eating dirt and
Yeah.
driving winners. I mean, you're doing everything.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I need another week back in Fiji to recover.
I'd say there before about the support you get from Barry and Scotty. Katrina owned the horse you drove last night, Buddy Guy.
Yeah.
Is his name. You must be wrapped with the support they get, and getting on young horses like this. It looks like he's got a future. He looks bloody green, like he proved that after the race. But even in the race, he looks very, very green. This horse.
Yeah, he's definitely going to take a lot of improvement in the run from the run because, as you say, he was pretty green. I was going very slow early, but I couldn't get him to go much faster. But down the back, as soon as the Ray Green runner come to my outside, he picked the bit up and latched on. And to run a 56 something half, 2-year-old first starter is a pretty good effort over here. And yeah, I'm just very grateful to get the drive and be able to reward Bear and Katrina for putting me on and Scotty.
Yeah, well, Katrina owns the horse, so that's even more important. You keep the boss at the happiest. That's the best part about it.
Exactly. Bear and Katrina are overseas at the moment, so I'm sure Barry will be rapt that'll help pay for some of the holiday.
Well, they would have seen all of that unfold afterwards. So
yeah, they did. Yeah, they have seen it. Yeah.
You also won with one for Dad, McKendon. I'll go with this. Looks a really nice horse in the last for Mum, Dad. I think it was your first drive on the horse, was it?
I drove him about 3 weeks ago. He was fresh up with no trials for about a year, and he went massive fresh up. But he can get a bit keen and pull a bit, so I didn't plan on being in front that far for that long. But he's got a massive motor, and as long as we can get his head screwed down probably a little bit more and just get him to relax in the running, I think he actually could be a very, very nice horse. He said to Dad after the race, it's been a long time since I've driven an inexperienced horse like him that's had so much power behind him, and he just runs. So he's definitely a very exciting horse for the future.
You can see that power. Like, that's a magic stride going down the back, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's a horse going somewhere.
Everyone's doing 2 strides to his one, and he's just feeling great doing it. Yeah.
It's a good feeling, isn't it, when you drive a trotter like that, and he gets a little bit tired up the straight, but as you said, second run up from a long spell. But yeah, I would imagine Mum and Dad have got plans for him, but probably not towards the end of the season.
Yeah, he's taking a bit of time to grow into his big frame, and still obviously working on getting his brain wired out correctly. But no, he is a very nice horse, and I think he will have a bit of a future.
Yep, he definitely looks it. I did say earlier too, I want to say thank you to the guys at Trackside. They actually probably don't even know I've used that. It's on the internet. You can use those things, but I do think any of the Australians and that want to keep up with the New Zealand coverage, because I actually watched the 2-year-old. I just turned off afterwards. I didn't turn off. We get turned off. I get to watch it over here on Sky Active, and you get 3 minutes in and 3 minutes out. But if there's any sort of delays, it gets cut out a little bit quickly. And so there wasn't that. We didn't get to see that part of it, but it is frustrating. But I think the coverage and what they're doing is bringing it to a whole new audience, and I think it's great. And then to do what they did, put that out there, because no one's got hurt. I think it's great, and it shows the skill and that of the horse people that are involved in our industry.
Yeah, it is. It's great coverage, and as you say, no one got hurt, so they were able to use the footage, and it's quite good, exciting for the industry. But yeah, it'll be interesting watching One News tonight, because I've already been contacted about it, and they're having a feature on the news tonight with the replay and the story. So that'll be something different.
It will indeed. Crystal, well done. You're one of the great ambassadors for the sport. I've always said that. The fact you came on today, it's only a couple of hours after it's actually happened. I really appreciate that. Continue doing what you're doing. You're a great driver, but you're a massive ambassador for this sport, and I think what you're doing is outstanding. So thank you very much for joining me, and glad you're okay, buddy guy's okay. And when does he step out next? There'll be a lot of cameras on him next start.
Yeah, yeah, they might be on him right from the get-go because he could be a little bit scarred. I'm not too sure. He'll just see how he pulls up this week through this run. But he'll probably have another start or two this campaign and then put him away for the end of the year, I'd say.
Yep. Crystal, well done. Thank you. I'll be over there next week. I'll look forward to catching up with you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, Paul. We appreciate always having a chat.